Hi! Thank you so much for joining me for your March 2017 Written in the Stars Horoscope. My name is Madeline and I've been studying astrology and reading tarot for a little over 20 years, and on this channel I do 2 readings per video. First, your horoscope, a broad overview of the story that you're going to experience this month, and then my Fiercely Focused spread, which I do at the end of the video, which gives you a really specific theme for your month and some concrete action steps you can take to make the most of this March. So this month, the new moon moves into Aries on the 28th of March, and that is considered the astrological new year. So this is a fantastic time to write down your intentions, write down your goals, and I'd really like you to keep that in mind as you go through your reading. What kind of seeds of intention would I like to plant as we leap forward into spring and into the new year? So I really hope you enjoy it and find it really empowering for your month. I would love to hear from you, so, like if you like it, subscribe if you want more, and please let me know what you think in the comments or on social media. I've linked all that stuff below if you're interested. I would love to hear from you. I really appreciate you joining me. I hope you have a great month, and without further ado, on to your March horoscope. Hey Sagittarius, thank you again for joining me for your March horoscope. That Aries new moon at the end of the month has me super extra excited to see what's going on for everybody, because there's been a real theme of transformation. And then the Hanged Man appears, so looks like it will be no different for you, Sagittarius? It's a good thing you know how to, roll with the punches. Alright, Spirit wants all this for you. Okay. Alright, Sagittarius, March 2017. Sagittarius, March 2017. Okay, and Sagittarius, you are going to see me flip anything that comes in upside down, right side up. I'm an intuitive reader, so I do not read reversed cards as necessarily muted or negative. I listen to the impressions and the words that Spirit gives me about the card, and if there is a change to the original meaning, I do definitely share that with you. But I have gotten some questions about that in the past, so I just wanted to make that clear. I really turn them right side up just so that your own intuition can speak to you based on what you see in the card, so you can just get a clearer picture between you, me, and Spirit. Okay. Sagittarius, March. Sagittarius, March 27. Well, okay. 2017. Okay, Sag, let's see. Can you see everybody at your party? Almost. Let's just make a small course correction. Okay. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Okay. So, Sagittarius, you start off the month with a little bit of suspended animation. Your reading kicks off with the Hanged Man, which the Hanged Man in the tarot hangs by his foot, not by his neck. So he's very much alive, you're in no danger. It's that your perspective is and has been wildly altered. You're looking at the world in a completely new way, from a completely different angle. Everything is new, everything is different now, and so it's okay for you to take a little time to figure out where you stand, or where you hang. Haha. No, but really, it's like hang out with that feeling. Get comfortable with a little bit of like stillness before you take action, because the action is coming. It's coming hard. You have a couple of really strong action cards. But Spirit is saying, take the period for reflection. Take some time for joy, for ease. Some of you are like going on a vacation or taking a long weekend and spending some time unwinding with your friends, drinking or just celebrating and having a good time, just letting loose and sharing with people who love you. And that's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing, and it's bringing more gifts into your life. In that way that, like, for example, just the way that you smile with someone. Let's say you go to the bar with those friends and you're all there drinking, and you smile at someone and make a little bit of conversation while you're waiting for a drink at the bar, and then all of a sudden someone's exchanging cards with you and it's a job opportunity, or it's a person that you're attracted to and there's real potential for a relationship there. Like, you're gonna have some good opportunities that come by way of you being more loving, more open, and more social. Specifically more social, Spirit is saying, because you're a good what's the word for this? You're a good emoter. You're good at sharing your feelings with others, Sagittarius. You have a buoyant spirit and you lift other people up. You make them laugh. You make them sing. The more you share that, the more you're going to get in return for it. So do what you do best and get out there and share, learn, speak, and be a be an emperor of ideas. Why not? So here's the structure and discipline that needs to come in once you've gotten over that period of suspended animation. Once you have assessed, like, okay, this is how the landscape looks now that my perspective has been so fundamentally altered, and now I know what to do. From here, I know how to build what I want to build. And whether you're male or female, the Emperor is about embracing the masculine aspect of yourself. So that's discipline, that's limitations, that's hard edges, that's I wake up at this time and then I do this, this, and that, break for lunch, then back to work. Like, this is like hard line stuff. And that card is followed by the card of ultimate victory, the Chariot, which is followed by getting paid. So for a lot of you, and these are general readings, okay, Sagittarius, so the Spirit sends me a lot of messages for I mean, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So some of these messages will resonate more than others, or it may be that like I start talking about something that is related to a job and you're like, oh my God, this resonates with me, except this is about a new relationship, not a new job. So take the essence of the message. If something resonates with you, follow that feeling and trust what your intuition is saying to you, okay? Okay, so this Chariot, this is massive victory and huge progress. Specifically, they want me to focus on the progress. It's not that the victory isn't important. It's that they're saying in March, you can go so much further than you have until now. And specifically, for whatever reason, they're referencing the time period 5 months. You can go further in March than you have in the last 5 months. So some of you started something back in, what, September? That now is going to have like this tremendous leap forward if you should decide to inject some discipline and structure into your life in order to do it. And if you do it, you will be repaid for your energetic and financial and physical investment. Okay? What you give, you shall receive in abundance. Okay. So, Sagittarius, you're a happy soul. You're quick to laugh, you're quick to make a joke, even in the lowest moments, like to the point where you're known for like sometimes putting your foot in your mouth because you're so quick to just like, haha, and sometimes people are not ready for that. But the interesting thing is this month, you might be feeling just a little bit weighed down. You might be feeling just a little bit anxious, and it's unlike you, a little bit hesitant or a little bit afraid to move forward, a little bit limited by your thoughts of like, what can be? Can things get better than this? Sagittarius, they can. They can. You're being offered a crossroads. The world is in one hand, the other hand is empty. What is that symbolic of? That's symbolic of this is what I have, this is what's possible. So this hand is full. This hand can't accept anything new. This is like, do I want to go after what is unknown? Do I want to take what I know? Or would I like to pursue like what's in behind like curtain number 1, you know? Like, and there's no right or wrong. Make the decision that feels right in your soul, because Spirit loves you unconditionally, God, the universe, whatever you want to call it. So it's not a matter of do this and you'll be rewarded, do this and you'll be punished. It's not like that. It's more about, does this feel right to you? If it feels right, then the reaction and the outcome will feel right. If it feels wrong when you're doing it, you can pretty much be guaranteed that the outcome or the reaction is going to feel wrong. So Sagittarius, focus on the possibilities, not on the doom and gloom of what could possibly go wrong. Because again, this isn't like you. But it could be that when you're really getting structured and disciplined, it's like, oh my God, there's so much to do. I don't even know if I'm capable of all that. Like, don't I need a team for that? How am I going to get this all done myself? Like, okay, don't worry so much about the how, okay? Focus on why you want this, Sagittarius. If you keep at the forefront of your mind, I want to feed 1 million people, or I want to become CEO of my own company, or I want to write a book, or I want to change the world, the how will come to you. That sounds woo-woo. Now, okay, you're here reading, and I'm sorry, listening to a tarot reading, so I can assume that you're comfortable with a certain amount of woo-woo, but a lot of people are not very comfortable or down with the concept that, like, if you align yourself with what you want, you bring more of it into your life. Here's the thing. It's not like, it's not like going out and standing in a hurricane and saying, there is no hurricane, the weather is beautiful and sunny and clear. That's not what this is about. This is about, okay, there's a hurricane, let's stick with that. There's a hurricane and the lights are flickering on and off, and this is terrifying, but you know what? It's really inspiring. So by candlelight, I'm going to sit down and write this poem or this chapter. It's taking what happens and no matter what, using it to your advantage, making it work, focusing on what's working, making the most of what is working, and not focusing on what's not working. Most of the time we focus on things that are not working and we're not necessarily thinking about solutions. We're just noticing, like, this is putting a fucking wrench in my works and it's pissing me off. Like, there's a spoke in my bike wheel and I can't go as fast as I want to go. So maybe you need to get off the bike. Maybe you need a new mode of transportation. Maybe you need to reach down and pull the damn stick out and stop talking about it. Okay, Sagittarius, here's the other thing. A lot of you are going to be getting some higher education. You're diving into studies. Again, this is very, to me, related to that Emperor, because this is tradition, discipline, structure, like you must play by these rules in order to do this. Some of you may be even like taking religious training or academic training, somewhere where you have to play by the rules, where you have to know certain things before you can pass certain thresholds. So be a devoted student. Be willing to learn from the people that have come before you. It'll go a lot faster if you're not just trying to build everything from your own, like your own seed. You have people that you can model, you have people that you admire, you have teachers, mentors, guides all around you, whether you go to them in real life or you buy the book, watch the course, like read the blog, whatever, follow this person, pay attention to the structures they've built into your life and notice how you could modify those and adapt them to work in your own life. And some of you will be literally getting some higher education, like I'm going to college, or I'm traveling here to take this class or go on this spiritual retreat. There's a powerful learning experience for you, Sagittarius, whatever way that whatever form it comes in. And again, these are general readings, Sagittarius. So if some of this is resonating with you to the point that you'd like a personal reading, I would love to work with you. And my shop is linked below if you want to get a one-on-one with me. But again, whether you're going to art school, or you're joining the priesthood, or you're going to start studying tarot, there's a point where you need to hit the books and stand on the shoulders of those that have come before you, okay? You don't need to reinvent the wheel. Your creative spirit is so strong, and as a matter of fact, the challenges that you come into contact with this month are an opportunity to evolve. Look at you go from the Knight of Cups, who is well-intentioned and romantic and immature and wild, to through the struggle, through the realization of limitations, and then parlaying and using those limitations, parlaying and using the opposition, leveraging it to your advantage, you mature. You grow. Some of you get literal promotions because you go from a knight to a king, from a student to a master, from someone who like has a general idea to someone who can even pass on and teach others the craft of what they know. So whether you're male or female, you're evolving into a King of Cups over the course of March, someone who is compassionate, a healer, a counselor, even like a psychologist or psychiatrist, someone who is willing to look into the depths and see everything for what it is, and have the emotional maturity and the level-headedness. So it's like a level head and an open heart is the mark of the King of Cups. You're coming to a better place. You're coming to a real balance between your creativity and the structure of the Emperor. Take the leap. That's what I want to say as I look at these cards. Take your time figuring out what it is that you need to leap toward, but I feel like you will be happy if you take the leap, especially when you put the know-how and the structure underneath it, Sagittarius. I feel like you're building yourself a really beautiful platform from which to launch. Okay, so now let's get some concrete action steps and see what your fiercely focused spread has to say for you. Woo! In March 2017, the Hanged Man took a dive. That's all right. We'll rescue him later. Okay. So let's see. First of all, a card for the theme. Ooh, for Sagittarius to most invoke or understand for their highest good in March 2017. Wow. Same card, different deck. The Emperor. Again, Sagittarius. So make no mistake. Living by the rules and some boundaries and some structure is going to do you good. You are flippity-gibbet. I love it about you. Like, you fly by the seat of your pants, you do what you want, you like move according to the winds. Like, I feel like doing this, I am urged to do this, I'm inspired to do that. But the Emperor, bringing yourself down to earth and putting some structure around that wildfire mind and heart of yours is going to do you so much good this month. It's going to bring you success. The Emperor is the self-made man, the authority figure. He's rich, he's powerful. You can have what you want, you can build, they're saying specifically. You can build and cultivate what you want in March. Just be a little more disciplined, a little more hard-edged about it. You want the good kind of limitations, like, hey, no dessert until after you finished your vegetables. You don't want, like, oh, I'm too scared to try Brussels sprouts. Like, give yourself, reward yourself after the structure, but do the structure first, okay, Sagittarius? Just give it a shot. Like, run it like an experiment and just see if things are very different and beneficial by the end of March. So, to that end, let's look at what's going on with you physically and financially. Okay, so you are not the only one to get this card. There are about half of you that have received this card this month. So there's a struggle with, like, fear. There's a fear of scarcity. There's a fear of, if I let go of this, like, what if I don't get something else? So don't be tempted to hold on to a too tight skin. Be willing to shed your skin. Be willing to open your hands. It's like this. If I have 4 coins and they're in my hands and I'm like, oh my God, all I have is 4. I have 4 coins, and if I spend these, I won't get anything else. So I better hold on to them like this and make sure nothing happens to them. Nobody can see them. I won't spend them. They're mine. When I do this, my energy does this. Like, I am closed. I am a closed fist. Whereas if I'm like, you know what, I've only got 4 coins. Oh man, that guy on the side of the road looks hungry. I'm going to give him 2 of these coins. You're opening your hands, you're opening your energy for that generosity to be returned, for that trust, for that faith to be returned. So don't put fear into your money. When you pay a bill, say, there's more where that came from. Believe it. Date bayo for my Naruto people. For my anime nerds. Okay, so now let's look at what's going on with you mentally. What will you be speaking, thinking, writing, communicating about the most in March? What is it that you most need to know for your highest good? You need to be honest. You need to be real. You need to speak your truth, even if it makes things a little awkward for people. You need to cut things off that aren't working for you and break away. And you know what, Sagittarius? I'm not even worried about it because you don't mind being an outlier. You don't mind it when other people look at you like you're weird or like your head's on upside down. When you know the truth, you speak the truth. So do what comes to you naturally and just be who you are without apologies. And when I say without apologies, that is not carte blanche to be an asshole. What I mean is, if you know it's true, and you know and it comes from your heart, because, you know, it can be true that someone is, like, overweight, but that doesn't give you the license to say so to them without, you know, them asking you that question. So wield your all-powerful honesty, Sagittarius. Wield it lovingly. Speak the truth, but from the heart, okay? Remember your heart. There's a lot of hard men you've got so far. male or female. You got a lot of like hard masculine influences right here. So just be a little easy on yourself and others as well. Okay. So now, in that vein, let's see what you'll be feeling. What's in your heart this month? How are you relating? How are you feeling? What are you sensing and intuiting? Many options, many, many options. You are the eternal wanderer, Sagittarius. It can be hard for you to decide where you want to go when there's so many amazing destinations and opportunities. But that means you can scatter your energies at times. Do not get distracted by shiny object syndrome. This is like underlining the discipline that Spirit wants you to have. Be structured, be disciplined, remember why. Again, they're saying keep the why at the front of your mind so that you don't get distracted by like, oh, but I really want to read this comic, or like, oh, but I could be binging Netflix right now. Like, what is the big picture? What is the real pursuit? It's not to make $1 million or whatever. It's like, do you want to feed the world? Do you want to be an artist? Do you want to be a missionary? What do you want to do? Do it. And do it for the right reasons. When you do it for the right reasons, you won't have a hard time choosing because it will feel like, yes, like compelling, like I need this. This is right. I'm on the right track. Narrow your focus. Don't pour a finite amount of liquid into 7 cups because you'll end up with 7 almost empty cups. Pick 2 or 3, as Spirit said before. These are my 3 goals for the month. Boom, that's it. Like, these are my priorities. Okay. And finally, let's see what's setting you on fire, energizing you, lighting you up in March. Ooh. Holy crap! Like, you were like the 7th or 8th out of 12 to get this card, this 7 of Wands. So don't be surprised if you find yourself fighting with someone else, because everybody is feeling this need to like defend their viewpoint right now. And I mean, part of that could be the political climate right now. I mean, everybody is like, if you're not on my side, then you're horrible or whatever. And I feel like you do have a high ground, Sagittarius, but what other people think of you is not your business. You don't need to spend time and energy fighting people to prove something to them. Do what you do and lead by example. Leading by example is always a better way to show people how things can be done than telling them or instructing them to do them, you know? And you're a charismatic, confident, creative, and fun person. If they see you doing it and they see you succeeding, trust that people are going to follow your good example, okay? Handle it that way. Come from the high ground. Speak from the heart. Speak your truth. Be a little structured. Be a little disciplined. And let go of fear. Let go of fear and blaze your trail, because that is what you are best at. That is what you are meant for. Go out there and get it, Sagittarius. I know you can. I hope this has been helpful for you, and I pray that it's been really empowering and that you have a wonderful month. I really appreciate, you know, any likes and subscribes that you guys give me. I really, really love to hear from you. Also, if you have questions or if you want to share any insights about your reading, whether it's below in the comments or you find me on Instagram or Facebook or wherever, and check out some daily tarot readings, weekly horoscopes, and other cool stuff. I would super love to see you there. So thank you again. I hope you have a really fantastic month, and I hope to see you in April. Bye, Sagittarius.